The short definition is that I think about for emotional intelligence is for the seller to have self-awareness about their sales specific beliefs that will impact their relationship with the client and might support or hinder, get in the way of their ability to effectively guide their client to the right solution.
So wait, time out. So are you insinuating that salespeople are not aware of their own selling biases and deficiencies?
I'm not just, I mean, yes, I'm not just going to pin
Okay,
that one on salespeople though.
I was
But
just going to
a lot of us
confirm.
are.
It's like maybe it's a bias, but I've seen enough of it that I can confirm that that is true. So no, keep going with that because you talk about this, so OMG actually assesses this and they measure for this. And from my experience, it's amazing how this score is often low. And we talked a little bit about commitment in the past, that commitment is awareness first. So how do you become committed if you're not even aware of your gaps? And so going back to this whole idea of emotional intelligence, you know, talk more about that awareness and that what the assessments are telling us about where sales teams are at in terms of what others might call as emotional intelligence, right? But you're
Yeah,
assessing for it.
we do. Yeah, kind of the term we use for it is your sales DNA. Like I said, it is your sales specific belief system. And, you know, how the way I would kind of explain this is, look, 70 to 90% of communication is nonverbal. And humans, we have this really unfortunate tendency to create our own stories to fill in that 70 to 90% of nonverbal communication, right? We all do it. And when we do it, when we're sellers or when we're in a selling role and we do it, unfortunately, we start to deviate from kind of the objective. Well, let me just put it simply. When we create a story to fill in that 70, 90% of nonverbal communication, we start to displace our clients' needs and actually put our own needs and often our own kind of insecurities and our own frustrations and beliefs at the center of the conversation. And then and as you know, you and I probably experienced this as prospects or clients of salespeople, you end up having a conversation that's very much about what the salesperson is trying to get out of this, not about what you need in order to be solved or have your solution get fixed.
Yeah, it's such a common challenge because one of the interesting things when you think about, there's only the six DNA, but you always look at that supportive bicycle being super low in terms of the assessment. Most people don't like what is supportive bicycle, but it's this whole idea that I apply my own logic and the way I do something, and I extend it to the people I'm talking to. I naturally have this bias towards, well, if this is the way I do it, this is the way they want it done. And so we move past asking questions. And so what I love about, the process as you go through and you start assessing salespeople is you actually get the data that tells you, answers the emotional intelligent question. It actually shows you where maybe you aren't being as emotionally intelligent as you think you are. Because I don't know about you, but it's biased in most salespeople. They think they're super emotionally intelligent because that's why they're in sales. But it shows you all the gaps of where we are, and we all have them.